All right, so in architecture and engineering, there are three things that really kill all businesses. You don't have time, you're over budget, and you're not profitable. Really, more so, at the end of the day, you're not here. And I get it, I'm like you. I'm Dylan Mitchell, professional electrical engineer, designing millions of square feet, schools, hospitals, offices, industrial facilities, everything under the sun, basically, all in Revit, and taking that BIM thing to the next level. But years ago, I was just like you, right? And I'm trying not to trip here as I walk along this trail on this nice alpine mountain lake. We're up at 6,000 feet right now. This is Pinecrest Lake here in the Sierra Nevada foothills. And the reason that I can be out here and have the ability to really shine and just do this in the middle of the day is I found a system to unlock the potential just like you need in your business. Almost fell there, but to unlock the potential that you need in your business to take it to the next level. So that you can be out here, right? Like you can be here and not in the office, not in the cube, not doing any of that, with your business still being profitable, you and your team saving a bunch of time, and you can scale easily, effectively, better than any of your competition. So how did I get here? Well, just like you, years ago, I was working in Revit, designing buildings, and man, it got tedious. It was time consuming. I was working 50, 60 plus hour weeks, stressed out. My hair wasn't always black like this. It used to be gray at 25 when I was managing a department at 10, and just had tons of health problems, tons of things that I was not like happy with in my life. And you look around the office, you see the same thing from all the other executives, right? They're overweight, they're stress eating, they're just under tremendous amounts of stress and pressure. And then on top of that, they are trying to get to that next level. You know, they might have had a heart attack, might have had a stroke, some other adverse health condition. I mean, we've all seen it within the industry, just how bad it is, right? I want to be that guy right now out on the lake. But what we all see, what we find is that in this, it's just a stressful industry, right? You're dealing with big projects, big dollar amounts, big stuff, right? Hundreds of thousands of square feet of buildings, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in projects, and we just want to get better. We want to improve. We want to not take so much time to do each and everything. And if you're like me, you try to improve your templates, or you assign it to like your BIM manager to improve your templates, to improve your workflows, to streamline processes. Yet so many firms, from what I've seen, you know, you don't have the time or the person dedicated to actually fixing any of that. And even if you did, and that was my job, it was to streamline this as a department head, of, you know, allocate resources or do it myself to improve our department's workflows, improve speed, capabilities, capacity, all that type of stuff, and nothing really ever worked. You know, ultimately we were trying to improve, you know, speed and time and profitability and be under budget, all those like external things, but internally, like, I just wanted to live like a lower stress life. I wanted to be happier in my life, and the way to do that was to improve our workflows, right? So I didn't have to be in the office till, you know, 10 o'clock at night crunching deadlines, right? That's what we all want internally, is to just be happier, be healthier, you know, be here, right? Like, isn't this beautiful? This is amazing. And this is where we all want to be. This is where you go vacation, is a place like this. So look, I've been there, right? Stressed out, too much on my plate, and really time was just the enemy. We never had enough time, enough people to do the projects, to do the things that we needed to do. And you know, I want you to be happy. I want you to be successful. I want you to have it all. And most likely you're not there, right? Time is the enemy. You can't find enough good people. Don't have the time to train them, which is its own problem in and of itself. And so I started thinking of like, what can happen? How do we fix this? And for me, my like breakthrough, my aha moment, if you will, came when I was on this big deadline, had this big project. It was a 30 OR renovation. And I'd never done healthcare up until this point. Took a new job from that department head to a senior engineer at just an MEP firm versus an A&E firm, and wanted more client interaction. That was ultimately what I wanted, and I got it. I got more client interaction, but not in the way that I'd hoped, right? I'd hoped to be gingerly, you know, walked in and introduced to clients and all that type of stuff. What ultimately happened is somebody took a new opportunity, and I became the project manager for healthcare, and then also the lead electrical engineer for this OR renovation. So then I got double duty in being the lead electrical engineer as well as the project manager on a project type that I had no experience in before, didn't know what I was doing at the time, had to learn all of it very quickly, which I did. And I mean, it ended up turning out fine, but just long hours, you know, nights, weekends in the office trying to figure this out. And you and your team, you know how that goes. So long story short is I was getting on the plane, finished design documents, got through that piece of project, delivered it, but it caused so much stress that like 2 days before I was supposed to get on the plane to go to Maui, actually, from Indianapolis. So in the winter, like it was end of January, beginning of February, was gonna get on a plane, go to Maui, take my vacation, you know, project's done, it's gonna be great. Get out of the winter weather, right? Cold, not this nice, right? It's cold, it was miserable. It was supposed to be this nice in Maui, and it was this nice in Maui, let me tell you. But cold, miserable type of thing where realistically we, you know, I want to get out of Dodge, right? It was one of those places, one of those times of year where you just don't want to be in Indianapolis. It's cold, snowy, and just not the place to be. So anyway, 2 days before I was supposed to get on that plane, I ended up just getting this rash and burning sensation, super painful, itchy, terrible thing. And man, I was in so much pain. I just hated it. Like, I thought I was dying. Woke up and just couldn't go into work, and you know, worried about this project getting out the door. Our parts were finished, and luckily, you know, through email and technology, we were able to get it out the door. But here I am 2 days before going to the doctor, and you know, go in, it's on my chest and back, it's red, it's itchy, it's painful, you know, on front and back. And even now, just thinking about it, it's like, ugh. And so I go in, you know, take off my shirt, and doc, like within 2 seconds, you know, touches it, whatever, with his gloves on. And he's like, oh, you've got shingles. And I was like, shingles? How the hell do I have shingles? I've been around any little kids. I haven't, like, didn't have chickenpox when I was a kid. Like, no one around me's had chickenpox. Like, how does this happen? Turns out it's from stress. So if you're stressed out, if you're miserable, you're prone to get shingles, which is crazy because it sucks, super painful, not a good thing, not a place you want to be ever. So here I am in the doc's office, and I'm like, all right, how do we fix this? What needs to happen? Like, I'm going on vacation, doc. How do we do this? So he tells me, hey, you got to take these things, go and fill a prescription for these antivirals, and then, you know, take ibuprofen or Tylenol to like help numb the pain. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh, by the way, no alcohol. And I'm like, well, son of a gun. Like, I'm supposed to be on vacation on the beach, drinking some Mai Tais, having some beers, having some Coronas on the beach, right? And none of that for like the entirety of my vacation until the antivirals are done their course, and it's like 10 days. So here we are. It's just a terrible deal. I'm in a ton of pain, and frankly, like, just don't know what to do. So here I am sitting on the beach for the next 10 days, and it's just in a tremendous amount of pain. Can't really sleep. Was supposed to be a nice, relaxing reward of a vacation, right? Finishing a project, getting out the door, able to go to Hawaii, and I'm miserable for 10 days. And there had to be a better way. There had to be a way to get through projects and not like be in so much pain. There had to be a way to get through projects where I didn't have to work nights and weekends. And on top of that, you know, I was working, you know, long hours, getting home, having a drink or four, you know, and then feeling like shit in the morning because I drank too much. But that was the only way to get through for, you know, I was self-medicating, right, through this, which was not good at all. But again, this, like, so many people I talk to in the industry, like, it's this self-medication, it's, you know, getting through these hard times, these stressful things. And, you know, we don't want to talk to people about our problems or get through that. We got work to do. We got things to finish. So, you know, sitting there on the beach, I had to figure out a better way to solve this problem that so many have in the industry, right? We tried all the templates, we tried all the faster workflows, we tried hiring people that just didn't work out and flaked out after 2 years anyway, and burned out, right? They were just done with the industry, done with, you know, maybe that company, your company went somewhere else only to have the same thing happen again, right? Not many people last past like 2 to 5 years in a given position. So I was like, all right, this sucks, this is painful. How the heck do we fix it? How do we get better? How do we improve from here? And so thinking through this, I was like, dang man, like, all right, we got a problem. We need to fix it. And that's what we do as engineers, right? We fix it. So how's the only way that we could fix this thing? Like, how do we get through it, right? Time's our enemy. We don't have enough time to get through projects, which means we don't have enough time to train, which means we don't have enough time to go and hire and do interviews and all this other stuff that we need to do to get more people, to do more projects, to get more work, to make more money, right? To have a bigger impact on the communities that we serve, have better clients, like everything that we want, right? As engineering firms. And so through this, I was like, okay, if all the templates didn't work, if all the workflows didn't work, if you know, family updates didn't really work, they're marginal at best. They helped for sure, but they weren't like the final solution. So like, what is it, right? Well, a lot of the stuff that we do is pretty programmatic, right? You need a light switch by the door or a dimmer. You need some occupancy sensors, and they have math to figure that out. Lighting is populated a lot by math for the back of house, you know, non-architectural, you know, lights. You've got your receptacles, right? You need an outlet in the middle of every wall in like offices, or you need one 5 feet from the door and 12 feet on center in dorms or any multifamily. So we've got this like systematized stuff, right, that we can use to do our projects, which is pretty cool, right? We've got like these systematized things, these mathematical formulas we can use to put everything into place. So I thought to myself, well, heck, we have like all these formulas, all this stuff that can be done. You know, why don't we just use some software to do it? Because I was thinking back to my time doing the Oculus Rift in the early days. The DK2 is what we had. And that DK2, the development kit 2 by Oculus before Facebook bought them, allowed us to, and the new ones still do, right, to input our Revit models into these VR glasses so that we could walk through our models before the building was ever built. Like, that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty sweet, pretty awesome. And so there we are, right, doing all this stuff, and that we use software to like automate some of this process and clean up the models and work it through. It's like, man, can we do that with like our content, place our own families and stuff in the model to do what we do and take out that drafting portion so that we could really just design and engineer, coordinate, you know, the things we never have time about and bitch about at the end of projects, that people give us stuff last minute, which isn't going to change, but at least we won't be over budget by the end because we'll have saved all this time in design documents, right? Because we'll be able to place all this stuff in design documents, move on to other projects that really need our time versus spending all this time just drafting only for it to change later, right? The thing that we hate, we do all this work, put all this effort in, and then like it all goes away or it all needs to change. So that's what we did. We developed, created a company called Cowboy Studios. That's why the wave, you know, sitting on the beach in Maui, Kowabunga surfs up, man, riding the wave of innovation. And studios for like architecture studios, right? Doesn't matter what type of studio you're in, we're for you. And so this spawned the whole thing of using software to automate everything that we do, or not everything, but at least that big bulk of drafting, that tedious task, and replacing, you know, the things that, admit it, we all hate doing, right? We all hate just drafting, just placing devices one after the other. It's no fun. It's no good for anybody. We all hate it. We don't like it. And we'd rather just not be doing it. So that's what we did. Created software to automate the placement of all your electrical devices. So lights, receptacles, switches, aux sensors, panels, fire alarm devices, all that for your models. We created a solution to do low voltage. So your data drops, your floor boxes, your wireless access points, your cameras, your speakers throughout your entire Revit model. It's a very cool solution and allows you to get 40,000 square feet done in 15 minutes, call it an hour. It allows you to get 300,000 square feet done in a day. It takes about a half hour to populate, just and pounding through all of the rooms. So if you could do 300,000 square feet in a day, you're saving 700-800 hours on that project. You know, it would have taken 2 guys a month or 2 to get through, right? 800 hours to get through design documents. And that's the type of time we're going to save you. So here at Kowabunga Studios, you know, we want you to save you time, right? We want you to live this life where you can be out here, right? You can leave work at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, because all your stuff is done. All your projects are done. And that's what we care about. We care about results. This isn't about time in the office. You're salaried anyway. Your team is salaried anyway. Your costs are fixed anyway. So why not be out here? Why not be happier? Why not have more revelations here at the lake, right? It's a big granite dome, by the way, out there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's all granite. So this is Sierras. We're in the Sierra foothills, the eastern Sierras, or western Sierras, sorry, western Sierras. But like, wouldn't you want to be out here, be at the lake, right? Swimming, boating, having fun. Like, that's where you want your life to be. That's happiness, right? Is being here. We work all the time to get here. Why can't you be here more often? And that's what we want for you. We want you to be here more often. We want your stuff to get done. It's ready for clients to review, to give you their feedback, right? To communicate more often, better, all that type of stuff. So that's what we did here at Kowabunga Studios. You can click, there's 2 links below. One, to book a call with me, walk through any questions you might have that were not answered here or in the other video below, in walking you through our solutions. The other one is to just invest, right? Invest. It's for a year subscription for Surfboard. It's our flagship electrical product. Give you lighting, outlets, switches, panels, fire alarm devices, right, throughout your entire model. It's network licensed, so your whole team can share it. It's going to be something that's going to help you save a tremendous amount of time, save money, right? The 3 things that we talked about earlier: saving time, being under budget, and making more money. That's what we're going to help you do. We're going to help you scale easily. It's going to be the thing that you're going to want to invest in. So click one of the 2 links below if you want to book a call, or if you just want to invest, you're ready to invest now. Highly appreciate that. If not, we'll answer any questions you've got past this video, past the next video, and help you to make a decision on moving forward. So we look forward to helping you here at Kowabunga Studios. So click the links below, and we look forward to helping you.